All right, so I normally don't wake up and choose violence, but my God, is today that day.
Looks like you picked the wrong day. You really picked the wrong day.
So I'm calling out a very specific creator here in Medellin. All right, so I'm calling out this Valentina girl who does tours here in Medellin, Colombia, because she is constantly going out of her way to bash passport bros. So
She's not. She does not go out of her way to bash passport bros. I have seen her content. You can probably blame me for that. Every passport bro has blamed me for going out of my way to go against passport bros, okay?
Valentina has put in a lot of time and effort to learn English, to then give tours to the very guys that she does not want to be here, passport bros.
She does not. No, she does not. She stated she wants to give tours to regular tourists, not passport bros. Okay? And just because she is in need of money doesn't mean you have the ability to abuse anybody that you want. It doesn't go that way. As Colombians don't play that type of game. I don't know what you think you are or who you think you are. Okay? Just because she is in need of money doesn't mean that she needs to serve the people whom the Colombians don't want there, especially the people of Medellin. I'm not sure if you noticed, but the Colombian government, the Colombian news have stated that passport bros are unwanted people in Colombia.
Right? Because any guy that comes to Medellin, Colombia, or that comes to Colombia is a passport bro, supposedly.
You're not fooling anybody.
They're nothing more than pimps. The Colombian government says that passport bros are nothing more than traffickers. They're nothing more than pimps. That's it. That's all they are. That's not my opinion. That's not you guys can't gaslight us about this shit. We know who you are. We see you.
I have seen many tourists go to other parts of Colombia. Okay? Like, for example, I was in La Buitrera. You know what that is? You have absolutely no idea. I saw a man from North Carolina there at my cousin's wedding, and he gave us moonshine. I have seen Asian tourists in Pasto. I have seen Asian tourists in Cocora Valley. I have seen entire families in El Parque del Café. I have seen Europeans in Mocoa. I have seen Europeans in like the Lost City. Have you even been to the Lost City? Do you even know what it is? Teyuna? I have seen Europeans in the tri-border between Brazil and Peru. But you know whom I haven't seen in the Cathedral Assault? Passport bros. Do you know whom I have not seen in the Cathedral Las Lajas? Passport bros. Do you know whom I haven't seen in Buga? Passport bros. Where my grandmother used to go for her birthday to the Cathedral of Buga, by the way, El Señor de los Milagros. You know whom I've seen in Los Llanos? Passport bros.
Esto es lo que deben hacer si quieren vivir los mejores 4 días en su primera visita al llano. Incluye parrando llanero, caballos, atardeceres, comida típica y sobre todo muchos animales. Lo primero que hay que hacer en la noche es escuchar joropo en vivo en el parrando llanero que hace el Hotel GHL todos los jueves en su terraza.
Music and dance is called Joropo Llanero, by the way. Have you ever heard of Joropo Llanero? I can guarantee you until I spoke it, you did not know it existed. It is both in Venezuela and Colombia on the Eastern Flat Plain. I guarantee you never knew existed, Mr. Passport Bro. You know whom I see in Mancure? Passport Bros. Do you know who I haven't seen in the Carnaval de Blancos y Negros? Passport Bros. Do you know who I haven't seen doing ecotourism with the Wiwa people? Passport Bros. Do you know whom I haven't seen people in the Guajira province engaging with the Wayu people? Passport Bros. Do you know whom I've seen people doing all of those things? Regular tourists. I have seen French people in Ibagué. Do you even know where Ibagué is? Have you ever heard about their music festival? I have seen nothing but Canadians and French people there. What about the fair of the different colors in Ibagué? Have you heard of it? No. But you know who's been there? Regular tourists.
Right? So she took all this time and effort to learn English, but not once yet, at least. I'm pretty sure after this video she probably will, but have not made one video posting about the earthquakes that happened here in Colombia, about asking people to donate or asking people to help her country of Colombia.
Have a monopoly on what Colombia says in dealing with foreign sex tourists because of the fact that you're doing one good thing. Okay, this is the most colonialist thing you can do. Granted, I saw your videos. You've done good things. Somebody sent me your video, say, hey, he's doing a good thing. And I say, you know what? Power to you. But guess what? There's an old saying in the Bible, with the same way you judge others, you will also be judged. Okay, I have seen Colombian influencers do 3 times, 4 times as more than you. And they still don't want you there. Okay? My cousin had to go to the city of Cali and he volunteered. He's pulling rocks and everything else, pulling people out, pulling dead bodies out with the smell of death everywhere. All right? And I can guarantee you he doesn't want passport bros there. All right? You cannot have a moral high ground. You cannot claim higher morality just because you're doing a little bit more than anybody else. Remember, you have the American dollar. I have gone online asking for help within my own people for both Colombia and also for Venezuela. Now, have you done anything for Venezuela? I don't remember. I haven't seen it. Okay? But I have seen plenty of other people go for Venezuela. Did you do that also? Let me ask you another question since you wanna get the moral high ground about who's helping who. Remember when I was showing you the YU people? All right? They're going through a drought right now. They're going through thirst. Their people are dying. The children have absolutely nothing. And the government hasn't gone out there to help them. Were you out there helping them? I know plenty of people out there who are helping them and they don't want passport bros there. Okay? So don't give me that issue. Don't give me that. Two things can be read at the same time. Colombia cannot want sex tourists who come and exploit women and children. And at the same time, some passport bros who people consider themselves passport bros, okay, who are not as bad can go out there and help other people. You can do things at the same time. Let me give you the best example. Did you know that one of the most powerful people in the 20th century did one of the best things you could do for animals? One of the best things you could do for animals. He took care of the nature. He took care of animals. He did a lot of hunting. Okay? Yet he turned out to be the most horrible man of the 20th century. The man with the mustache from Germany, if you know who I'm talking about. Is he going to go around? Does that mean he has the moral high ground to do whatever he wants? Okay? You remember the old saying in the United States? It's like the uncle that did stuff to you, but he still paid for your college? No, you don't do that. That is abuse. You cannot claim higher morality. That is a form of manipulation and abuse.
But yet, the passport bros who she's criticizing and
all this complaining about Colombia and Medellin. Looks like we got our people out there just before it crumbled. And I don't know if y'all remember, Brazil had a problem with the passport bros, and before the problem was even over, just like in Colombia, there was a major flood that wiped out Brazil before Carnival was even over. Y'all remember that? And now with Colombia, it's a major earthquake. That'll leave them passport bros alone. You know why? Because we them passport bros.
I know they're hiring for construction jobs right now. Don't you think you need to be down there helping them build those apartment buildings back up? I know you ain't got your whores out there giving IVs. I know they didn't go from whore to nurse, so they're still sitting in the clubs selling pussy. Where you at, Ray? Y'all got a whole country that's in shambles right now, but yet they still selling pussy, Ray. Your bitches are still selling pussy, Ray. What are they helping they helping the homeless? They helping the sick and needy? No, Ray, they still selling pussy.
always has something negative to say about have done more for Colombia.
Yes, like that time, like John Polo stuffed his DJ girlfriend in a suitcase because he realized that he's a passport goofball, and he was sending his passport bro money to her, and she was using his passport bro money because he's a passport lame to take her real boyfriend on a cruise. Well, not a cruise, but he took him on vacation, and then he deleted her. Or like the other Canadian guy, the other passport bro, who stuffed that lady in a suitcase after he deleted her. Or that British guy who took the lady from Cucuta that was in Bogota and he stuffed her in a suitcase. Or the guys who touch little kids. Okay, I got you. You do more for us. Okay, I got you.
Say about have done more for Colombia at this time, or at this point in time, than she has. And not just on social media. Actually getting donations, going to these places, myself included, have gone to these places and helped out personally. But what has she done? She has been radio silent. All of her content has been her normal content of...
No, you cannot manipulate her just like you manipulate women in North America. Just because you have a little bit more money than her and ability to do more things than her doesn't mean you have a monopoly on morality and on authority. Okay, let's go to the first one. Ladies, my black American ladies, how many of you will say that this person here, say that this is a tactic that men have done against you? I have done this for you. I have spent this money for you. I did this for you. Try to guilt you. Try to shame you. Try to everything else. That's manipulation. That is a form of abuse. Second, number two, what makes you think you have the moral high ground? I know plenty of people who have done more than you, who are not passport bros, both foreigner and non-foreigner alike, who have done more than you. Okay, I personally have a friend of mine in Pereira. You know what she does? She has a She has a foundation to help people. And even before you even knew what Colombia was, before you even knew what it was on the map, she was already helping people, going to small towns, helping little kids, helping elderly, going to the small villages. Okay? Every year. And on her Christmas, she sits down and cooks with people and takes about 50 people to go feed the streets. So you don't claim morality on there. And if you were to ask her, hey, do you prefer passport bros who are sex tourists or you prefer regular tourists? She's going to say, I don't want them. So because a person who does bad things can do one good thing, but that's not going to erase what he has done or continues to do. All right. Are you helping us? Yes. Okay. Are you doing something for somebody who's in the need of things? Yes. But you cannot use that to try to shame people, to manipulate people, because that's still a moral wrong. You could do two things can be right at the same time.
Just giving tours. You look at her content, not one video about helping Colombia, donate, using her platform for anything good besides just more passport bro content and her doing tours.
You sit here with a straight face and tell me, can you sit here with a straight face and tell me that if the entire nation of Colombia sat down and saw what she's saying and sat down what you're saying and knew the history of the passport bros and knew her history, that they're going to say, oh, you know what? This passport bro graffiti guy is right. Do you honestly think that? Mr. I want a traditional woman, but then I was trying to make my girl do a threesome with another girl and she didn't want to because obviously she's traditional. Okay? Do they know that's what you were showing on your videos? I saw that. Don't you know that it's extremely dangerous for you? I'm not sure if you know how this is. Maybe, bro, you guys are too used to the people in Medellin looking the other way for the American dollar. Colombians do not share. Okay? And in the northern coast, bro, you would have been 6 feet under if the brother or the father found out. This is the type of content you were showing, and now you're trying to do the one good thing and trying to claim the moral high ground. No, two things can be right at the same time. Okay? Passport bros have been arrested for deleting women, for touching little kids, for breaking the law, for doing things in public that they should not be doing, harassing us. All right. Are we grateful? Yes, we are grateful. And I am very grateful that you're helping people. Don't think that I'm not. But at the same time, I'm not going to allow you to try to belittle and attack another fellow Colombian who is right in what she says. We do not want sex tourists to our country. We do not want these people, passport bros. Are you doing good things? Fine. But let that be the first step to change. And don't do your passport bro shenanigans. Okay? Stop with the nonsense. Stop breaking the law. Stop being immoral in public. There's a lot of things that you guys are doing that is considered morally wrong. So just because a person who does morally wrong does one good thing does not mean he can shame other people who have been there, who you think your heart is getting bigger than everybody else. All of a sudden you're Saint Teresa of Calcutta.
So a lot of these passport bros have took their time to use their platforms to actually raise awareness,
Colombia got hit by a massive earthquake a few days ago, and the news is not getting any better.
We have collected $56,485 in total donations into the GoFundMe, and this does not
raise money, who have went there personally or are still there trying to help the people that have been affected. But Valentina here have chose to not use her platform to actually promote anything about what's going on here in Colombia, raise any money.
Again, two things can be read at the same time. I have gone online, maybe not as much as you have. I haven't gone out in the field like you have, but guess what? I know people that have gone and had done way 10 times more than you. I know Catandes, right? Catandes from Cali. Bro, she packed her stuff, she got as much as she could, and she drove all the way physically to Chocó. Okay, through guerrilla territory, through paramilitary territory, okay, because they're saying the guerrilla, the guerrillas were stopping people. And she said, I'm going to go there, and she made it to the other side, in the worst hit area of Colombia. Okay, and I can guarantee you that her and all the other people that have gone there, if you were to say, hey, do you want passport bros or do you want normal people here? She's going to say, you know what, thank you for helping us, but we don't want abusive people in our country. You cannot do that. And just because the earthquake happened doesn't mean you can call out other crimes. It doesn't mean you can call out other crimes. Okay? If a man hits a woman, if a man deletes a dog, because I have seen it, okay? Doesn't mean he cannot call that out. And does the person who deleted the dog say, well, you guess what? You weren't talking about the earthquake. So you can't know. You could do two things can be right at the same time. And you can call out wrong things at the same time. Even if she didn't do that.
Anything, at least to my knowledge, what I see. Like I said, after this video, she probably will, because she's being called out about it. But I want to say this to her specifically. Before you fix your lips again to say something negatively about Passport Bro, Passport Bros, make sure you go back and watch all these videos of guys who have put in not only
No. ¿Usted qué le pasa? ¿Usted qué le pasa? ¿Es medio loco? Okay. You will not put Robert Eaton's face there. Robert Eaton is my buddy. You understand me? He's not a Passport Bro. He called out Passport Bros. He contacted me and said, hey, I was in a WhatsApp group and these Passport Bros are showing themselves having intimate moments with women. Okay? Filming them without their consent. And he showed me the face of a man with his foot on a female's face. And if I can find it. Okay? He is not a Passport Bro. And if you don't think so, tell him. Find him, tag him, and say, hey, Ray Condor said that he's not a Passport Bro. All right? No. You do not do that. He has been fighting against the Passport Bros. All right? Now is he kind of like meeting them halfway? Okay, fine. But he has been fighting against the Passport Bros, and people have been attacking him, shutting his website down, shutting his Instagram down because he called them out. And he actually went to Immigration Colombia showing who these people were, because what they do is illegal. Okay? And just because you're helping people out doesn't mean that, people like him can go or like her say, hey, what you're doing is wrong, illegal. Because showing women's pictures and intimate situations is illegal. And guess what happened? I was going through the things that he was showing me, and guess what I found out? One of them was somebody that I knew. And I never knew that she was that type of person. I contacted her discreetly and I spoke to her. And she told me to tell Robert Eaton. She says, tell Robert Eaton. I said, thank you. Because of the fact that he's fighting for me and the fact that I'm doing this in secret because I have my child and I have my family and I don't want anybody to know. There may be rumors about me, but nobody knows. Imagine if this comes out and her child sees that. The embarrassment that she will have to go through for her child. Destroying her personal life. You cannot do that, bro. And this is what pisses me off about you, because you have this double-edged morality. It's okay for you, but not okay for everybody else. No, you don't do that. And Robert Eaton is not a Passport Bro, so you need to stop. You need to stop. I'll call you out.
their hard-earned money to help a country that they're not a resident in and that they're not from, and you have not done anything.
Something, and I'm calling you out. You don't do that kind of stuff. I have done something, and I'm calling you out. You probably have done more than me, but I have done things. For Venezuela, for this, okay? Even stuff in Brazil, I have done things that you don't know, all right? And I'm calling you out. You need to stop your nonsense. Passport Bros are not wanted in Colombia. We do not want people who exploit women and children, all right? And just because you're doing one good thing does not give you the higher ground of morality. What you should be doing is you should have stayed quiet and you should have gone helping people out. Let your actions talk for you, not your mouth. And your mouth has completely destroyed your image now.